We've seen businesses pushed out as our state grows. Rarely do you hear about them being blocked in.
And yet it happens time and time again. A woman who makes her living in Denver's Highland neighborhood called Contact7, fed up with construction and looking for help.
And luckily for her, Denver 7's Jackie Crea was more than happy to lend a hand.
This should be cleaned up every night at 5 o'clock. All their equipment should not be on my street.
Wanda James says construction has buried her dispensary business more than once. Last year, she says closed streets cost her $250,000.
These permits are just issued to construction workers without any input from the community.
This past weekend, with 2 projects going in her neighborhood, crews closed this sidewalk, forcing her to walk into the street.
This seems ridiculous to me. My house is over here, my business is over here. My dog was almost hit and killed this weekend.
Turns out that should never have happened after Contact7 called the Public Works Department. An inspector instructed work crews to reopen the sidewalk and find the developer.
And that was a non-compliant situation. They were told to correct that situation and open up that pedestrian walkway so people would have a place to walk on the block.
A developer pays to close a public right-of-way, and the cost depends on the type, so whether it's a sidewalk or a residential street, for example. Also, how many feet and for how long all plays into the cost. Nancy Kuhn with Public Works says the city's updating policies by the end of January. That should reduce the amount of time a right-of-way can be closed and requires more pedestrian-covered walkways.
We should have some rights as business owners to be able to live safely and not to have this be what's happening in our lives for 6 months to 3 years at a time.
In Denver, Jackie Crea, Denver 7.
You need our help.